What?
Just remember that as we go.
I
Or they're going to have some redactions.
I remember nothing. I promptly forget every word that comes out of your scolding hole. Because that's what I call it. Because you use it to scold me constantly. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, where we've got one young gun podcast and host and one scoldy oldie over there. I was just using your computer to airdrop myself a file. And your mouse sensitivity is bananas sensitive. You
Just like me.
Bananas sensitive. The Ashley Engle story. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of this highly dysfunctional podcasting duo.
And I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome, guys, to episode 14. Happy National Day of Encouragement.
Encouragement.
That's what today is.
Is it really?
According to my calendar.
It makes sense. I've been walking around encouraging people left and right. I didn't even realize what I was doing. I was walking down the street earlier and I just said, hey, pal, you're doing a real great job with that weed eater. Hey, lady, you look real good in those stretchy pants. Hey,
I hope you didn't say that.
Hey, dad who's not watching his kid ride his bike, your kid's not even falling over. Good job, kid.
Good job, Dad. Good job, kid.
Good parenting.
But I thought we could start this episode off with some encouragement for one another and for our listeners.
I will opt out of the encouragement for one another, but I will encourage our listeners all day long.
You were supposed to think of encouraging words for everyone.
I was supposed to do a lot of things
know.
today, and you know what I've done? None of them, because guys, anytime that I know that I'm going to get on the airwaves with my podcasting partner, I need to take a day. I need to take a day to steel my nerves and gird my pod loins because I need to get ready because I'm going into pod battle. I'm going in here and I'm slinging burns and zingers.
Okay, well then allow me to encourage our listeners and then you. And guess who will look like the cold heart on this episode? It's you.
The one who was cast as the cold heart from the outset.
The one who always does.
Yeah.
Okay, so listeners, I just want to thank you all. Before giving you your word of encouragement, I just want to thank you guys. Truly, I was so humbled earlier when I was thinking about how much time you guys have spent with us over the last 14 episodes. 14 hours, guys.
It's not quite 14 hours.
Okay, but we're splitting hairs. This is a lot of time, people. Time is valuable.
Were you going to say time is money? I would have liked that better. It would have
But
felt...
also time is valuable.
It's valuable, and you know what else is valuable? Money.
But guys, it means so much to us. And every time you share the podcast with people, I just can't tell you. When we started this, we had no clue what would happen. And you guys are the best listeners ever. So thank you. And I want to encourage you with this. And I really did take this seriously. And I thought about it. I want to let you guys know that it is possible to find humor and lightness and joy every day. A lot of you guys are like, you and Brandon have the funniest stories. Nothing funny ever happens to me. And I'm like, yeah, it does. You just need to look for it.
You're just not stupid enough
to
appreciate the dumb things. Guys, listen, we're not smart people. We're not smart people. We just happen to stumble, fumble, and fall into stupid situations.
Into hand weights and break our toes.
And after years of being just the dumbest, we have decided to let you in to the chaos and madness that is our idiocy.
That's right. It's got to be.
Welcome.
Got to be for something. It's not all in vain.
Is it not, though?
If it can make a few dozen people laugh a week,
If it can make dozens of people laugh and it can spike sales of a sweet mint gum company that will go nameless because they will not pay us.
Oof.
Okay, is that your first encouragement?
Yeah.
Hold on. Encouragement. These hand cymbals brought to you by Sweet D, our sound effects sponsor.
That was amazing.
Now go on with your next
unexpected.
bit of
Well,
encouragement.
my next one's for you.
Encouragement. This is my favorite new character.
What's his name?
Guillermo, and he, you know what he's big on? Encouragement. Also, he really likes auxiliary percussion. That's kind of a riff, I gotta say. This is kind of a riff on a character from the movie Couples Retreat. I think he's the yogurt instructor.
I don't know.
I don't know. What's your encouragement for me? Let's talk about me.
I'm crying.
Guys, this podcast brought to you by Kleenex. The number one purchase in the Engle household, because if we're not sneezing, if we're not booger digging, we're crying. We're a gross bunch of human heaps of hot garbage on a summer day.
This is the National Day of Encouragement. How dare you?
Encouragement.
You don't deserve what's about to come out of my mouth.
You don't deserve hand cymbals.
You know what? I'm going to save mine for the warm heart and see if you deserve it then.
Okay. So I'm on the clock now. Here we go.
What's been going on this weekend?
Hey, can I encourage you real quick? Can I encourage? Listen, listeners, guys, dear friends, listeners, loyal bodies. I think that you guys, you're the straw that stirs this drink. Mm-hmm. You're the Jerry to our Elaine, George, and Kramer.
Yeah.
And Ashley, you're our Newman. And guys, listen, I think that I'm going to encourage my sister.
Give me that slide whistle.
Do you want it?
No, it's just going to be sad the whole day.
Guys, listen, I'm going to encourage my sister, and in doing so, I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to flip the script on her, my babies, because she thinks that I'm going to look like the cold heart. No. I got to sing music with her yesterday, and it was wonderful. She hit all her harms and was wonderful. And getting to share the stage with my sister and sing songs is always a joy for me. So guess what, stupid idiot pantyhose face? Encouragement. I'm going to set these really down now. Guys.
They'll come back later, though. You know they will. Hey, that was really nice.
Yeah, I know. Now you look like a real horse's patoot over there.
I'll say it.
No, you got to say it later, because I put my hand cymbals down. You can't encourage me without auxiliary percussion. You know that.
Okay, it'll be my warm heart
That's
then.
podcasting 101.
So what have we been doing this weekend? And you just said one of the things, we jammed for the lamb yesterday.
We did. We rock, roll, partied in and out of this, baby. That's how I do.
Uh-huh. And you know what was cool?
What was cool?
Cool is that we got the old band back together, Parmesan Churst. Which is an a cappella group, a sometimes a cappella group, who gets booked occasionally once.
I'm going to tell you something right now about Parmesan Churst.
Okay.
Yesterday, Weiser, CG Weiser, Chris Weiser, Grammy-winning Weiser, Sugar-Free All-Star, and dear friend, he showed up in the most banging outfit I've ever seen. I saw him walk in. He was wearing jorts.
Yes.
He was wearing tinny sneaks. Mm-hmm. He was wearing a long sleeve hoodie, but it was a light hoodie, perfect for a crisp morning. And he was wearing a hat. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I loved his fit because it was fresh. Fresh and profesh. Mm-hmm. And the reason that I liked it, after I looked at it for a while, probably an uncomfortable while for him, is that it looked like
Took a few pictures.
It looked like it came from the Brandon Birdwell Fall Collection of 2022.
Yes.
Jeans, tennies, hoodie, hat. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. What you think about that? And Chris Weiser looked so delicious in his Superfly jorts outfit. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say it.
Yes.
And as a result, he was a better performer for it.
He was on point. So, Parmesan Church, we got the band back together. Along with our friends Joe and Austin.
Yeah, we did.
And we jammed for the lamb. And it was a good Sunday at the church. So we did that yesterday.
That's how Meredith says Sunday.
I know.
She says Sunday.
Our pastor and dear friend. She's from the Northeast. Sunday.
Sunday.
So what did we do?
Ice cream Sunday. You remember the episode of Saved by the Bell where the girls started the group?
Do I?
Oh, of course you do. You actually acted out a scene from it live on stage. I'm so excited.
Okay, but their song was, put your mind to it, go for it. You gotta break a sweat, rock and roll. You ain't seen nothing yet. We just did that.
And they were called Hot Sunday.
Yeah, they were.
And that's objectification, I think.
Well, their outfits were scanty.
They
for
also
an after
they,
school.
they also had another song that was like, put your mind to it, go for you gotta break us. Is that the one we just did?
That's the one we just did. I could do some of the dance moves.
Yeah, and they were performing it, and they were on mini tramps, mini trampolines, which is the most 80s thing in the world. Remember we used to have one at the house?
Yeah.
Crindy would use it for ejercicio.
We also had a step,
A little
step.
Sure.
Sorry.
Are you?
I don't know. I can't find it now.
Guys, I do so much. And like, producer, could you silence the things? The thing about it is, like, I try, but when I shift into talent mode, I can't be monitoring Ashley's bings and bangs and booms and bells and whistles. I can't be dealing with her just tumbling in here, big-footed and clumsy, knocking things over, unplugging her headphones.
National Day of Encouragement.
Oh,
I'm going to need you to put a pause on all of that.
Can I tell you something?
No.
I encourage you to stop being such a mess.
Okay.
Could you do it?
Sure.
Producer, hold her accountable, please.
You're probably going to hear another ding. There's nothing I can do about it. Hey, so it's far away from me is what I'm saying.
Okay, sure. Cool.
But at this point I won't because I know you want me to. Let's tell people what happened on Friday. It was a great night.
I feel like, I guess it's a good thing because it means we're staying busy, but I feel like every time I'm on the podcast, I'm like, I played music the other day, but it's like, it's what's good. It's real, my babies.
These are your dreams.
These are...
Go for them.
I'm Brendan
Encouragement.
Birdwell, and these are your dreams. It sounds very much like an NPR thing. Like,
Yes.
I'm Terry Gross, and these are your dreams. And people call in with their dreams, and then Terry Gross dissects them. I actually would listen to that show.
I would too. I like Terry.
I would speak pipe all over that thing. I'd send in so many stupid dreams. Last night, I had a dream that a marshmallow was eating me, Terry.
What does it mean?
I need to know because dreams are a window into our souls, Terry Gross. 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 Listen, guys, on Friday, we played some live rock and roll music at a local venue here in Oklahoma City called Beer City Music Hall, which is kind of the coolest place.
It's V cool.
It's VC. Yeah. I had never been, but we got to play, and the minute we showed up, the hospitality was incredible. Everybody was amazing, and we were opening up for our dear friends.
Dear new friends.
Friend of the pod, Grady Spencer and his wonderful band, The Work. Grady Spencer and The Work, which they slayed. They melted
really
everyone's face in the place. They were amazing, and on top of it, they were very kind. And you know what? They were a few days early, but they were very encouraging to us. And we got to go and take the stage and perform there, and it was a wonderful crowd, great turnout.
Great crowd. Thanks to all of you who came out.
Thanks to all of you who came out. Some folks came out for us, some folks came out for Grady, and the people intermingled, and everyone had a wonderful night. Now listen, my favorite things, other than seeing some of you out there shouting out podcast friends and family, there's so many of them. Like a lot of pod listeners were there.
A lot of pod listeners.
Which is wild.
I know what I'm saying. They're the best.
They're the best. And here's the thing, guys. Grady was on stage.
Oh, yes.
And we always kick around different band names. We don't have one as cool as Grady Spencer and The Work.
That's solid.
Awesome.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, pal? Shut up with your awesome band name. We've been over here. We've been all variations of Jorts. We've done that. We've done a million different things. But from the stage, he said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Brandon Birdwell and the Warm Hearts for performing tonight. And I heard it, and I was like, did he just say? And he said it again later. And you know what? The more I mulled it over in my head, the more I like it. It actually sounds like a legitimate band name, and it's also a wonderful opportunity for some cross-promotion.
And you know what it implies? That the guys in your band have warm hearts.
Yeah.
But you might not.
No.
Brandon Birdwell.
That's the thing, guys. Sometimes I like to be a diva. I like to be an Axl Rose. I like to be a Barbra Streisand. I like to show up late. I like to leave the stage early. And I like to say, you guys are lucky for what you got. And then I throw a beverage into the crowd and I say,
Along with your sweaty shirt.
sweaty pantaloons.
Oh, jorts. Sweaty jorts.
Sweaty jorts and the warm hearts.
Oh, that's really good too. Well, it was a fantastic night. Grady was wonderful. Grady, Spencer, and the work were wonderful.
Yeah, don't
I'm
sleep
not leaving
on
out
the
the work. I'm not. They were fantastic.
No.
I thought, as they kept playing, I thought, these guys are going to be exhausted by the end of this. You know why? Because they're putting it all out there.
You know what they're doing? They're putting in work.
They're working.
Working hard.
Mm-hmm. And
I like to yell from the crowd, working hard or hardly working. And they go, okay. You're never playing with us again. So it was super fun.
Great. And you guys were so great.
We had so much fun. And
it looked like you were having fun.
We were having a blast. The fellas that I get the chance to play with are incredibly talented. Chris Weiser, Ethan Neal, Ted Kushel, and who came into town to perform with us? Dear friend. Cody Culberson. And we played one of his original songs, and that was super fun.
It was great. And I had never met Cody. I've heard about Cody and Brooke, his lovely wife,
She's
from
wonderful.
you for years.
She's wonderful.
And do you know, this was one of the most delightful intros I've ever had. So if you guys take notes, okay?
Take them.
I see Cody across the crowded room, across the crowded beer city.
The whole city.
The whole beer city.
He shined like a beacon across the entire city.
I see him. We lock eyes. Opens his arms and just marches across the whole thing and sweeps me up into a warm embrace.
I love it.
So lovely.
That's a very Corby Covington move of him. He, the thing is, before he did that, he came over to me and goes, "Where's your sister?" And I was like, "She's you." I think I said, "You'll recognize her. She's the one with bangs."
She's got bangs.
But
he'll only know me.
But then he was like, he goes, "'Cause I'm gonna hug her." That's what he said. He said it. He called his shot, so to speak. And I'm sure you noticed, but as he opened his arms, mustachioed man, traversing the entire music venue, arms wide open, he was wearing his, as he calls it, gig shirt.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
He calls it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put on my gig shirt." And as we were walking out, his wife said to him, "You can wear that tonight." He goes, "It's my gig shirt." Like, don't ask me questions like that. It is a shirt that I believe he found at a Walmart, and it's just a picture of Whitney Houston, and it says, "I'm every woman."
Yes.
And up there on stage in all his glory, Hoagie Holberson with his "I'm every woman" Whitney Houston gig shirt. And I got to tell you,
representing.
it looks good.
It does.
I bought a new shirt, a pink crew neck sweatshirt.
You wore it to your gig. Is that your gig shirt?
It's one of them.
Yeah.
It's an Adidas. It's an Adidas, and I wore it. And
you know what, Asher? I think he'll be okay with this. This was several years ago. He would be like, "Hey, Mom, I'd like some new shoes. Can I get some Adidas?"
I'm of the mind that maybe he's pronouncing it correctly.
Adidas?
Adidas. Adidas. I actually kind of like that.
I know, it's great.
But as I got off stage and walked backstage, it was chilly in the green room, warmer on the stage, and I got hot in my crew neck.
Yeah.
And I did not remove the crew neck mid-set because, for fear, what sort of dirty backwater soupy swamp trash was going on my undershirt.
Sure.
I walk backstage, and the first thing I do is I check my pits to see if I was sweating through my pits.
Sure.
And I round the corner, and Grady's standing there, and he says, "Sounded great. Pits look great." Like, didn't miss a beat. Made sure that I knew, first and foremost, that he thought our set was good, but then pits looking great.
Pits look great.
Just, I mean,
I can picture it.
It was oddly the most reassuring thing I've ever been told by a human.
What can you ask for?
You did a good job. You didn't sweat through your shirt.
Yeah. But I can die happy.
I did die happy a little bit.
This is my ghost, recording this podcast with you now.
When Ben was little, he couldn't pronounce the word ghost. He said goats. And one day, it kind of freaked us out, but it was kind of adorable at the same time. He came in one day after riding in Lindsay's car, and he kept insisting, "There's a goat's in mama car." And we were like, "What?" He was like, "That's a goat's in mama car." And we were like, "Are you saying there are goats in your mother's car?" And he's like, "Nah, goats." And we find out that he was trying to say that the Jeep Grand Cherokee was haunted.
Haunted?
Now, I don't know if he was just being a liar or if he is very in touch with the paranormal.
Whoa.
But yeah.
Do you know what he told Gigi Crindy, aka Crindy, that there were goats in his school in pre-K.
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe he's the kid, Haley Joel Osment, who sees dead people. Have you guys seen it? Spoilers coming.
Dead air.
What?
Dead air.
I hear dead air.
So stupid. Okay. Before the show, we went to the Jones Assembly, which is a fantastic restaurant here in OKC.
I'm playing there on Wednesday.
Oh, hey.
I'm playing rock and roll.
It's a great place to play.
It's wonderful.
It's a great venue.
It's a great venue.
Delicious food.
Delicious food.
I was going to ask you your opinion on gnocchi. How do you feel about gnocchi?
So, guys, I get asked this once a week. This is a highly
thought
debated
you
topic
might.
in my life. And sometimes people say, hey, Brandon, do you have time to talk about gnocchi? And you know what I say? Gnocchi. And I walk away. And but then I come back and I say, no, but seriously, I don't. So don't ask me that because as I'm just walking around, guys, if you bring up gnocchi to me, I'm going to pass you by. I'm going to pass you by and I'm not going to talk about it with you, okay? No use talking about it with me, okay? So listen, here's the
How do you feel about it?
here's the thing about gnocchi. I wanted to actually start a gnocchi restaurant years ago and call it Gnocchi on Heaven's Door, but I didn't because that would be stupid. No, seriously, guys, listen. Gnocchi, that you think that you gnocchi what I'm about to say.
You guys, he is caught in a loop. He is caught in a loop.
I'm literally short circuiting right now. My pun server is
Pasta puns.
Hey, that's a spicy meatball. So listen, guys.
Wow.
We had a whole conversation with Sophia and Ted, dear friends, about we were talking about how breakfast is supreme because you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and not be a weirdo. And then we started talking.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we started talking about how only psychos would sit and eat like spaghetti and meatballs for breakfast.
Yeah.
And Sophia started laughing, and so did Ted. And they were like, "That's what Bernie, her dad, will do. He will eat spaghetti and meatballs for breakfast."
For brekkie?
And I'm just picturing, and I told him this, I'm picturing him just sitting in front of the Today Show.
Yes.
Eating spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes.
And just every bite just kind of under his breath saying, "That's a spicy meatball." And then when it's all gone, just saying, "That was a spicy meatball." And I don't know why, but that's a hilarious notion to me. Just watching Hoda and Jenna get into their shenanigans. Just slurping up the meat sauce. Bolognese.
I feel like that's kind of heavy for the morning.
It's a recipe for a nap for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How do you? It's kind of like pancakes, and that's a breakfast food.
God, the Jim Gaffigan
You're
bit where
done for the day.
he says that it's literally eating cake for breakfast, and anytime he eats pancakes, his next thought is, "Well, I'm not showering today."
Yeah.
Which is hilarious
I'm
to me.
off the wagon anyway.
Yeah, it's over. Let's just double down. Let's get some cupcakes.
Let's get gross.
Yeah, let's that's the title of the episode.
No.
Because people will listen because they'll be like, okay, I know where Brandon will take things, and if this says it, okay, so listen.
Gnocchi.
Nice. Dropped a marker in that one. So
Used
gnocchi to me. You see Michael Simon make a lot of gnocchi on Iron Chef and stuff because that's one of his specialties. And he is my last meal chef. If I had anybody to cook me my last meal, Michael Simon is the one. Sponsor us, Michael Simon.
Sponsor us,
Producer,
Michael
could you get Michael Simon's people on the horn and get us some complimentary Greek food?
Yeah, go through your Rolodex over there.
He makes the best looking pork products, Michael Simon. But anyways, he makes a lot of gnocchi. And so I'm kind of like stoked on the gnocchi. I kind of wanted to really get into the gnocchi culture.
Okay.
As you do. There's a whole underground scene.
Yes.
Just gnocchi cook-offs just once a week in people's basements.
Yeah.
God, have you ever seen competitive vaping videos in people's basements?
No.
Throwing fat clouds, homie. It is the grossest culture. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it the same way I'm obsessed with Juggalo culture. It's like, because there's the Venn diagram of competitive vaping and insane clown
There's going to
posse
be some
fans.
crossover.
It's mostly crossover. The Venn diagram's just a big circle is really all it is. So So gnocchi. I
Wow.
want to like gnocchi. I
Yeah.
feel like gnocchi is so reliant on the sauce in which it is presented, and it can be very gummy and
Yeah.
texturally weird. I find when I want a pasta, I want like a long pasta because I want to enjoy the pasta process. And gnocchi's just you're popping it.
Right.
It's a very poppable pasta.
It's a poppable pasta. And
Right.
like you, I was gnocchi averse. I might have taken it a step farther.
You were averse.
I was gnocchi averse.
Wow.
But Emily, so we went to dinner before. It was me, Lynn's, our friend Emily, Chris Weiser's wife, Brooke, Cody's wife.
Chris Weiser's wife, who we've been referring to exclusively as Sam's mom to Chris recently because Cody was like, "What's her name?" And we were like, "Just call her Weiser's wife." And I was like, "No, just call her Sam's mom."
Sam's
and
mom.
Weiser's response was, "I'm pretty sure Emily would be more excited to be called Sam's mom than Weiser's wife."
Sam and Milo's mom.
Yes, and they're listeners of the pod.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Shout out. And Sophia was there too. Sophie, Ted's wife. I was there with the wives of the band.
Yeah.
They let me in. And anyway, Emily was like, "You got to try their gnocchi." It was delightful.
Was it?
I didn't mean to take us down a whole gnocchi road.
Dude,
That broken gnocchi road.
goodbye
God
gnocchi
bless it.
road. God bless.
Title.
God bless the gnocchi road
Title.
that brought me to the poo. No.
What in the world? Okay, so we went there and it was delicious. One thing I do want to say is, first of all,
I enjoyed that. That's freed up a lot of that was funny. The gnocchi bit,
gnocchi bits.
just gnocching around. Sorry, I had to get the last one in because guys, listen. In situations like that, if you don't explore all the possibilities, you're not doing it right. You know?
Gnocchi?
But can I talk about that segment? That was a spicy meatball. It was good.
Bringing it back. The genius of this guy.
Gnocchi bow. I'm only good at puns. Everything else, trash.
Mid.
Very mid. Bussin' on me.
Okay, so one thing, I loved meeting Cody. I loved meeting Grady. But this is what I found myself doing.
There's some
And I had
crossover
to-
in the Cody Grady Venn diagram too. Similar types, both mustachioed, both country western fellows, both very kind.
Hilarious.
I think
Encouraging.
They're both hilarious.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I hit the mic with it.
Try again.
Thank you for encouraging me to do that. Uncle Raj. Mount.
So, what I found myself doing, I had to check myself a couple times because both
Before
of them.
you wrecked yourself?
Check myself before I wrecked myself because they were both they're out of towners.
They're Fort Worth. They're
Fort
from
Worthers.
Fort Worth locals. Fort Worthers, is that what they're called?
Fort Worthers Originals.
Fort Worthers Originals. Sponsor us, Worthers Originals.
Sponsor us hard candy that you keep in your pocket.
Sponsor us, Loose Meemaw Pocket Hot Candy. Hard candy, not hot candy.
That you keep in your moo-moo, the pocket of your house dress.
Pocket of your house dress candy.
The best kind. You know what's in there? Butterscotch.
Butterscotches.
Strawberries.
Strawberry.
That have
Strawberry
the chewy
delights.
middle.
Strawberry delights. A lone button. Just a lone button that we don't know what it goes to.
Thimble.
Thimble. A thimble. What a weird thing that you pop this on your thumb so you don't jam a needle into it, Meemaw. What's sort of a
Some
weird...
certs.
Oh, gosh, certs?
Our grandfather kept like the store pack of certs on his bookshelf.
It was like the big antacid tub, but it was certs.
Yeah, in the little rolls.
Yeah, that
Wintergreen.
was Grandpa Butler. Mm-hmm. Butler, who was married to our grandmother Biffle, which...
Best names.
Best name.
Best names.
Biffle. Biffle.
And you
I'll
used
tell
to
you
call
what,
her Billfold.
Billfold. And Billfold, there's goats in your car, guys. Listen, Biffle was a body broad. She took no trash from no one.
She was very strong.
And she was the name Biffle is a wild name.
German.
But it fits. She was the most Biffle that's ever biffled.
She was.
And she's not Biffling around.
I miss her.
She was wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stop it.
You took us here.
I did. I had gnocchi idea what I was doing. Guys, could we get back to the funny ha-has and the duty poo-poos?
Okay, so I kept telling your out-of-town friends. I kept saying, hey.
Brandon, you're Brandon's out-of-town friends.
Brandon's out-of-town friends. I kept saying, hey, you guys need to come back and we'll all go out. We'll all go out. We'll have so much fun. And I caught myself and I thought, I have probably gone out twice in the last year.
Who
And they
are
were
you?
for your shows. Do you know what it is? It's my bangs.
Oh, Bangs Ashley is a party goer. She's a blast in a glass.
She's out on the town.
Smashly.
She
Just running into stuff, partying, breaking glasses.
She's out. What?
She goes to a
She's
lot
out
of Greek
there.
weddings. She's
Oh, that's
smashing
it.
plates and whatnot.
Throwing down plates. No, I am like the social coordinator now with
Yeah.
the bangs.
Well, listen.
And I've gone out probably twice, and they've been to your shows in the last several
Listen,
weeks.
she's got the love.
She does. What?
I don't know. I rarely know, guy.
I rarely know. Okay, so Saturday we had all the kids' sports on Saturday.
You have a lot. We actually were commenting on that because
Mm-hmm.
it was like a long night the night before and like all the things. And then on Saturday we were sitting down and I think it was Linz that pointed out, she was just like, man, the Ingles are doing all the sports today. And I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
do not envy them even a little bit.
And all the kids, we're pared down to one activity per kid. That's still 3 activities.
You've got too many kids.
2 of us, 3 kids, and one of us is out of town sometimes.
Guam.
So it's a lot. He's in Guam.
Guamming it up.
And so we had all the kids' sports, and we were supposed to go to a baseball game later that night with the church to see the Oklahoma City Dodgers play. But our house had other plans.
Did you not go to the game?
No.
Is it because you're a sinner? Is it because you're a sinner and a bad pastor?
that's
Is it
it.
because you hate your congregants?
That's exactly it. But no, I was
Because I think they're great.
Okay.
I think they're a real home run. And if I were in your position, I would have gone and watched the American baseball with them. But instead, you decided to forgo your pastoral responsibilities. And I know what happened, so that I'm going to drag this out as long as I can because I know that you're going to step all over what I'm saying right now
Yeah. Well, I was
with the truth.
speaking of stepping, I was walking down the wood floors in the hallway getting ready to go, and water, squish. It's not good when your floorboards squish.
Water, squish.
Squish. Just creak, creak, creak down my hallway. And I think that it's I text our wonderful, if anybody local needs a fantastic heat and air guy, I've got him for you. His name's Jeremy. He's wonderful. With
Shout him out. Shout out his business.
Air Design.
Okay, Air Design.
Air Design.
Air Design.
Jeremy.
You don't even have to pay us, Air Design. We're shouting you out for freezies.
He will take care of you, and he took such good care of me. I sent him pictures. He took care of me, Jeremy. And he
Tagline.
said,
That's
right?
solid.
And he said that he thought it was sewage.
Like doo-doo? Like the pee-pee and the poo-poo?
Totally.
You live in a mountain of pee-pee and poo-poo right now?
So I got real scared. We called a plumber. Couldn't come out till yesterday. Ooh. It wasn't sewage. Phew.
Fewage.
Right?
Right.
It is the condensate drain in the furnace. Guys, you know what you can do? Pro tip. Pour some bleach in there once a month.
Okay.
I just want to save the people the trouble, because now,
So now when it floods your house, it's going to flood it with bleach.
now everything will be
It's gonna
bleached
just
out.
be bleach. It'll be wonderful. Living in bleach.
But I'm going to have to file a claim. It's going to be a whole thing.
You want me to come over and fix it? Very handy.
No, I wouldn't
In
ask
addition to
you
being,
to.
in addition to being very strong, I am incredibly adept at construction and repair. I do all my own renovations.
repairs.
I do all my own renovations. You'll notice.
Like HGTV in
Yes,
here.
you'll notice that there is a missing towel hook in our guest bathroom.
I did notice
And
that.
there's the replacement that has been very passive aggressively set on the counter by my wife, and it has sat there 3 months. I just
Sounds like the Engle house.
and I walk past it and I see it every time
Mm-hmm.
I go make TT, and I see it and I think I'll do that later,
And you don't.
and then I never do that. You know what? I'll do that later.
Okay, that sounds good. One funny thing happened to me the other day at Chick-fil-A. I just want to say this because I'm curious about how many times this happens. I go to Chick-fil-A a fair amount. I
You're
would
a
say.
supporter.
I'm a supporter.
Yeah.
Have you ever been when they haven't said?
My pleasure.
Yeah.
It started recently to me. And I was wondering if I just was not a pleasure to be around, or if that has been a
Are they
corporate policy.
phasing it out?
I don't know. It is so synonymous with chicken fillet
Mm-hmm.
to me that when I don't hear it, even if they say like thank you or you're welcome or have a good day or whatever, even if
They're always
even if
polite.
it's pleasantries,
Yeah.
I'm offended.
Well,
If they don't,
I
wasn't,
noticed.
if it wasn't your pleasure, one of two things just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was the problem,
Possible.
or you're just not required to say it anymore. And I don't like either of the
Or maybe you
options.
forgot. That's a third possibility.
Chick-fil-A employees don't forget.
They're pretty great.
They don't forget.
So I ordered the other day, and the gal who took my order didn't say it. She was very kind, and she said, thanks.
I like gal. Gal is an underused.
Gal. And then I pull up to get the food.
From the gal.
But do you know what happened then? The kid said it to the fella.
The fella.
Said it to me twice.
He double my pleasure to you.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. That's a real weird way to say that. Anyways, guys, Chick-fil-A sponsor us.
Sponsor us, Chick-fil-A.
But she didn't, but he did.
Yeah.
Twice.
It's like he made up for her.
He heard her and he was like,
I don't know if he did.
Beverly.
Bev?
Come on, gal.
Come on, Bev.
Bev, you're supposed to my pleasure. You're supposed to always say my pleasure.
But do you know why that
If
started
Colonel
at Chick-fil-A?
Sanders could see us now.
Colonel, different.
I'm aware. I
Truman.
was doing chicken shtick and you stepped on it. You stepped on it.
Okay. So the reason that started, I went to a conference several years ago and I believe his name is Fritz Schulze.
It's an awesome name.
He is the top guy at, I believe it's Ritz-Carlton. What's
his name?
Fritz Schulte.
Fritz Schulte with Ritz-Carlton.
I think, guys, I'm going to have to fact check. But
Producer, could you check?
Could you fact check
Fritz
this?
Schulte is?
And so that was something that employees at his hotels would tell their customers. And he was called in to consult for Chick-fil-A. And you know how Chick-fil-A always has fresh flowers on the tables? He suggested that to elevate the experience. And he also suggested that the employees say, my pleasure, to encourage just a more pleasant employee experience. And I found that fascinating.
Love that. I love when people go above and beyond.
For the customer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A has it together. Sponsor us, Chick-fil-A.
Sponsor us, Chick-fil-A. Producer is saying that it looks like a Fritz Schulte works in like a hedge fund capital type thing. So maybe they owned, I don't know, but maybe it's the wrong person.
Gosh, we're going to fact check. I probably just...
Producer is oftentimes off his game.
Well, I appreciate you trying, bud. So
how are you feeling about fall coming up, producer? You wear a lot of short shorts. Are you going to be okay? Do you have pants? Do you own pants?
Loves pumpkin spice.
It's true. He's very basic.
He doesn't like pumpkin, actually.
Dude, he doesn't. One of my favorite memories. I don't want pumpkin. Just to himself. Anyways, next topic.
That's the best. Okay, so last week we talked about...
Right, he doesn't like pumpkin.
Please tell that. Now you have to tell the story. One time we were with producer.
And he was standing...
And there was a selection of coffees.
There was a selection of coffees sitting out, and he saw it, and under his breath to himself, he didn't think anyone was listening. I heard him. There was only one selection left, and it was pumpkin. And I just heard him under his breath to himself say, "But I don't want pumpkin." And he said it out loud, what? You don't need to say. You can just think that you don't want pumpkin, bud.
Plaintive.
So it was one of the funniest things ever, producer. I thought it was hilarious.
Thanks for that mem. That special mem.
Mem. Oh, memory. Got it. I thought you were mispronouncing meme.
No.
When memes first became a thing, Lindsay would refer to them as memes because she didn't know how to pronounce it. And she'd be like, "These memes, that just someone sent me a meme today," and it's very like baby, David. She has no idea the physical toll a baby can take on its mother, David.
That was a good Moira.
Thank you.
From Schitt's Creek.
Yeah. That Dad's S-word show
Dad's
that he likes.
S-word show that he watches. Okay, so last week I shared a funny random text that Jeff received.
Oh.
And it went like this. "Hi, Linda. You give Grace a call. Come to my house for dinner tonight. There are surprises. LOL." And we did this whole thing about Grace and Linda. And imagine my surprise. My surprise. When I pull up my email and we got a SpeakPipe message. And it pertains to that particular text. So producer, if we could get that SpeakPipe message queued up and played, please.
Fire that one up for us, pal. Palaroni. Could you do that? There's pumpkin spice latte in it for you if you do.
Hi, Linda. It's Grace again. I'm just going to send you a voice text. I really hope you're getting these. I'm starting to worry about you, sis. Now, listen, oh my gosh, the other night, the surprise. I'm telling you what. You know, we've been talking every time we get together. We talk about our new growths that we've come up with, and I don't mean spiritual or emotional. I mean that does count, but like you know. So I did. My surprise. I had a personal Zoom call with Dr. Pimple Popper herself. And listen, Linda, oh my gosh, that was one heck of a pop. LOL. I wish you'd been there, sis. I'm going to have to try to figure out if I recorded that on the video. And I'll send it over your way later. How about, okay? All right, girl, get you girl a call soon, okay? Sure do miss you, girl. LOL.
The LOLs.
Oh my goodness. Now how do I turn this off? Okay, hold on.
Brandon is crying right now.
I deliberately don't listen to them in advance sometimes. That was my first time hearing that one. And the fact that she was screaming LOL.
It's just laughing.
Gosh, she is just maniacal. Grace, are you good?
My favorite was, get you, give your girl a call.
Get you. Golly, Grace.
So anyway, we know that Grace is okay.
Yeah,
she's thriving.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon has tears running down his face.
That was really funny to me. It was like literally, I'm just picturing Grace just standing there in her house coat, just squawking, literally screeching into the speak pipe. Like that was like Grace is, I hope Grace is all right because Grace, whew.
She's worried about Linda.
Oh my gosh, I'm worried about everybody in this situation now.
You know why? Because Linda is Jeff, and he never got back to her.
I told you, I sent it to you today, and we could post it on the socials. But dear friend friend of the podcast, yes. Jackie, sent me a text that she just got saying, "Hey, Linda, like, who is Linda?
Who's Linda?
And why does nobody know her number?
Why is no? And check in on Linda, guys.
Guys, I think Grace is fine. I think Linda's the problem.
Grace is thriving.
I'm pretty sure Grace murdered Linda. Like that was
and forgot about it.
That was yeah. Get you.
Give a girl a call. Okay, so my friend
podcast. Get you. Give a girl a call.
That could be it. So after the last episode, my friend Jenny, dear friend Jenny, longtime listener.
I'm sweating.
Me too.
I'm sweating and crying.
Get some Kleenex. Put them in your pits.
Yeah, sometimes you got to.
You do.
I've been known to do a double fold pit tuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just glandular disorder over here.
What?
Sweats Magoo.
Okay. So my friend Jenny sent a funny screenshot, 2 funny screenshots after the last episode. And I want to share these because we kind of hope this can become a segment, like random texts that our listeners receive. Accidental text.
Yeah, well, it can take the place of your stupid middle school text segment that never got legs.
I
hated that
still
segment.
Feel like that might get legs.
We are running off listeners by the second just by bringing it up.
Okay, my friend Jenny got this text. 2. Okay, ready? She received this at 4:18 a.m. last week. Hey, anybody out there got wheels? Please come get me. It's Misty. I need some help real bad right now. Misty?
You good?
You okay, Misty?
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't really feel bad for Misty because text the people you know. Text people who might roll out for you, Misty. Don't text strangers at 4 a.m.
And it only went to Jenny's number.
That's Misty.
Misty
feels like a luring tactic.
It might be bait.
You don't go out at 4 a.m. to help a stranger who randomly texted your number. Guys, as a public service announcement to our dear friends and loyal listeners, don't go out at 4 a.m. Don't do it. Hey, do you ever have this? Do you... if you ever wake up in the middle of the night and it's like in the 3s, that's ghost time. I'll just lay there till it turns 4 before I get out of bed because I don't be walking around during the witching hour.
Nothing good happens.
Not a good thing.
From 3 to 4.
No, I'll tell you what happens. Misty's car breaks down between 3 and 4, and then she calls you after 4. So either way, guys, just stay in bed. Don't help Misty. Misty's really named Butch, and she's waiting on you out there.
Yeah.
She's a murderer.
She is. And so then this came.
Okay.
This actually came this summer. From a different number, which is confusing. Ready?
Go on.
It's Misty. Did you find the butter spray?
That's a good title, too.
It's so good. Okay, then there was another one that came. Come down here and get the butter spray. I'm either in the backyard plugging phone in or in front loading the kitty wagon with my redacted. I'm not going to say the word.
Is it a cuss?
It's a cuss.
What does it start with?
S. I'm loading the kitty wagon.
Socks.
So with my socks.
Sewage. I'm loading the wagon with my sewage. Just a sloshing radio flyer full of diarrhea.
Brandon.
Diarrhea and Band-Aids.
You guys, he's going to take it here every time. But not in either house, out in yard, okay? Waiting on my baby Gotti to come get me.
Baby Gotti?
Baby Gotti.
Is it baby daddy? Is that what we're trying to say?
I don't know.
Or does she have a baby named Gotti who drives?
Or a baby daddy named Gotti.
Oh, baby daddy named Gotti. You got to be careful with that. Hey, listen, is it really a person named Misty? Or is she just commenting on the weather every time she opens a text message? Is it possible? Could we check the weather reports and see?
I don't know.
You know what? It is Misty. It is Misty. And you know what? I haven't seen the butter spray. But hey, here's the thing. Don't put sewage in that. Don't put sewage in that wagon. That'll rust it. It'll rust it, and it'll turn it into a poopy mess. You don't, listen, here's the thing. Unless your sewage is solid, you can't fill a wagon with it because it's going to slosh over the side. It's like an overfilled hot tub in the back of a limousine. It's not practical. A duty-filled wagon is just not practical.
Come on, Misty.
Come on, Misty.
Oh my gosh. But Misty needed that butter spray because then at the end she closed with, or wait till I come with it. So she apparently had some in the other house.
Auxiliary butter spray. You have to always listen, guys. You can't live life with just one butter spray. That's a recipe for running out of butter spray.
You need it.
You don't want to leave the house at 4 a.m. for butter spray. It's dangerous out there.
I need help real bad right now.
I need help real bad right now because Gotti's coming over. And
with a wagon.
Gotti's coming over with a wagon full of duty, and I've only got one butter spray. How am I to defend myself from Gotti?
On top of that, it's Misty.
It's Misty out here, and my windshield wipers don't work. What is happening? Could you help me? I need help real bad.
What in the world?
On top of that, it's Misty.
Misty.
By the way, guys, that was the first time that Ashley has said a pee-pee or a poo-poo. She said duty.
And I caught myself
after. And guess what's not getting redacted? You making the sewage humor. Spewing the soo-soo.
We have come completely off the rails.
God, we need to hook up. Grace, Linda, and Misty because, baby, that could be some serious exchanges going on.
Guys, we would love it if you would screenshot your, accidental texts. Send them to us. If you don't have our numbers, do it via DM. We will read them and we will laugh so hard.
We will 100% read them. Also, guys, if you've got a spare can of butter spray just laying around, could you shoot it our way? Because honestly,
sponsor us, butter spray.
Butter spray. just the brand butter spray. It's like on the Cosby Show where they would just have cola or beer or chips.
No, not Kleenex. Facial tissues.
Can't say Kleenex. I used to sell against them. I sold Angel Soft Ultra, which is actually a far superior product.
We use Angel Soft.
If I do say so, well, that's why your noses are always so good. But guys, listen, you can't say Kleenex because it's a brand name. It's like saying latex. You can't say latex, it's a brand name. You got to say
Facial tissue.
facial tissue or bath tissue. Bath tissue. Have you ever noticed that those Charmin bears always be leaving bath tissue on their hind knees?
Always one square.
Yes.
Just one. They're doing the Sheryl Crow method.
You are taking bear size movements. BM's bear movements. You can't be using one square of Charmin on a bare butt. There's too much happening.
Good grief. What are you watching, reading, or listening to this week?
You know those bears aren't washing their hands either. One square, guys? Come on, I know that it's fiscally responsible, but say.
What are you watching, reading, or listening to this week?
I did Idols last week because that's where Michael Trepanier, there's his call out on this episode. Oh, thank goodness. He was going to come out to the show the other night, but he was feeling a little under the weather, and he was so sweet and apologetic that he couldn't make it out. But it's like, man, it's okay. You're not feeling good, bud.
Feel better, Michael.
I think he's feeling better.
Encouragement. Yeah.
But guys, we watched actually last night. We watched the new Pinocchio movie with Tom Hanks.
How was
in
it?
It was good.
I've heard mixed.
It was all right. It wasn't great. I didn't care for it.
Oh, well, you started out strong.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice because it's got Tom Hanks in it, and I love Tom Hanks.
Is it different from the original?
Tom Hanks isn't in the original.
Sure.
And so it is.
Okay.
Different.
But like this, is the storyline the same?
It's similar enough. There's maybe some deviation here and there, but for the most part, actually, there's one really big deviation. I'm not going to touch on that.
Don't spoil it.
But yeah, it was okay. It was fun. For me, I just enjoy anytime there's a new kids movie that comes out because I like to watch them with them, and it's super fun. So we had a good time.
Good.
Watched Pinocchio last night, and it was fine. But what am I listening to? Matt Toney sent me a new band. Dear friend Matt Toney.
Dear friend. Who would be part of the California Praisins, but he was out of town.
Yes, he would be. And we made sure to call him out on that.
Oh, yes. And he would have played with you in the show with Grady, too.
Yes. Wild Rivers is what he sent to me. And I've gone through it a couple times. I really dig it. I need to dig deeper into it, but I've been listening to that this week because can I tell you something about Matt Toney? And he will love this because he thinks this is the highest honor when you turn someone onto music and it really resonates with them and they dig it. That guy has recommended a handful of bands to me over the last couple of years. He's batting 1,000. Everyone is some of my favorite stuff. He's so good at it. Like he's really good at identifying what you like and then catering a result to it. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And
you know what that is for Maddie T? Encouragement.
Encouragement. Hold on. You keep making me... but listen, last thing before we move on to what you're watching, reading, or listening to. Matt Toney, I forgot about this, but it made me laugh really hard. I tagged him on Instagram saying, Cody Culberson's going to be filling in for Matt Toney, blah, 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 blah. And I just got a DM right away. It was as if Matt Toney was sitting there with it already typed out.
Just waiting.
It came so fast. And it just said, if he's better than me, I'll kill him. And I laughed really hard at it.
Which is funny because they would be really good friends.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Totally.
They would embrace across a crowded room.
I think they would. In their gig shirts.
Yes.
Gig shirting and hugging dudes all over town.
That's right. Okay, so I watched Trainwreck, the Woodstock 99 documentary on your recommendation.
Yeah.
Do you know what it made me?
A train
Mad
wreck? Oh.
at everybody.
Yeah, it was a weird time in America.
I had to go shower.
And it
also. Ew.
Granted, they're gonna show like the worst of the worst in the clips.
Sure.
But just seeing all these like frat dudes being like, rah, lamp bells gout. And then Fred Durst is the worst.
He did not help them.
He incited a riot.
He really did.
Peace and love. P.U.
P.U.
Don't give me that P.U. Hey, aggression? Give me something to break.
And
That's his lyrics.
It is.
He's terrible.
Well, that whole thing was terrible.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't imagine a worse place for me to be than that. So hated it.
Would
made
you rather?
me mad.
Would you rather go to Woodstock '99 or the gathering of the Juggalos with me?
Gosh, Juggalos.
We could get some really good pod content at the Juggle. I need it. I need to go to the gathering of the Juggalos.
Sure. I think I would go. I think of the two. Okay, so I watched that. Then I'm going to welcome everybody to Pastor's Corner with Ashley Engle.
Okay.
The books I've been reading
Click.
are very pastory. The first one is How to Pray, A Simple Guide for Normal People by Pete Greig. Really delightful book for anybody who's into that. And then also my pastor, Meredith Dankos, has written a book, and I meant to mention this weeks ago, but it's not released yet, but I just want you guys to keep your eyes and ears open for that because it is really, really delightful. I'll let you know more as we get closer. So Crindy reviews. Crindy, has been waffling with the reviews. But she says of them, they're living things, and living things must be organic, they must flow, and they cannot be forced.
That is some woo-woo nonsense coming out of Cindy. Crindy.
Did I say Cindy?
No, I did.
Okay. This is why Crindy has been hesitant. Direct quote, I was normal in my watching and listening before the pandemic, but now it's all true crime, surgery, reality shows about cults and trash reality TV, and I don't see any way out. She's in too deep.
She's in too deep.
Mm-hmm. So she's hesitant to review what she's actually watching because people will know the weird stuff that she watches.
Right, sure.
And I said, join the club, Crindy.
Yeah.
We've all gone off the deep end with our stuff during the pandemic. But she did a couple... Yeah.
Encouragement, Cindy. Crindy. Now
the listeners know her real name. Way to go.
Know it from the start.
I know. So she's watching The Patient on Hulu with Steve Carell. She says, wow, it's good.
Seems good.
She says, The Devil in Ohio on Netflix. She was jazzed about it, saw it through, but then she was disappointed in the last episode and said a bunch of second graders could have written that episode.
Yeah.
So, spoiler, but not really.
That's insulting to second graders.
Orbit Sweet Mint Challenge.
Okay. Give me it. Oh, is it on the agenda?
It's on. Okay, get it together.
I know. We're struggle bus right now. This is eating up valuable pod time. We need like hold music to play while producer, will you send that to me? I don't know where it is in my inbox.
Get it. So this is from Oh the Nostalgia, who is our friend Scott Waugh. Scotty Waugh.
Scotty.
Dr.
Scott. All right, here we go. Great Scott.
You got it? You want me to read it?
Where is it? I got it.
It's at the bottom.
Wonderful podcast, guys. Thank you, Doctor. Growing up, I couldn't help but shake my head at Brandon. Shut up. No, listen. Here's the thing about these people is they think that I don't feel things when they say things because I'm a raw nerve, baby. I wear my heart on my sleeve, my warm heart on my cold sleeve, you butt. But now, okay. I couldn't help but shake my head at Brandon, but now I know what this was all for. Okay, well, you brought it back. I overreacted. It's fine. Excellent laughs. Excrement laughs. No wonder he isn't good at math. Now we're back. Now we're back to being a real horse's pursuit. His brain is full of useless, nostalgic, and hilarious junk and a few good impressions. Okay, he had me until a few good impressions. This one is a roller coaster. Ashley is really holding it down, and I love it.
Thanks,
just waiting
God.
on a story about Crindy and her best friend, Cherry. Oh, Aunt Sherry.
Aunt Sherry.
Love Aunt Sherry. Listen, hey, can I tell you something? You like that review because it paints you in a really positive light and
loved it.
kind of runs all over me.
So Scott was he was like the dad of our kid group growing up, and just took care of everybody, worried over everybody, and so I think he's glad to see.
Always had the butter spray.
Always
He was always
a spare.
Helped
You
us.
know what? He had a holster. 2 cans of butter spray.
Just a man with a plan and a butter spray holster.
That's right. So Scotty, thank you for that review. Thanks for listening.
Scotty, halfway thank you for that review. You get half a pack of Sweet Mint gum.
You get a piece of pocket gum.
You get half a pack of unchewed Sweet Mint gum.
That's right.
And half a pack that I have thoroughly masticated.
Guys, your reviews and ratings help us so much. Keep those coming. We'll read them
So
on the pod.
much.
You might win some gum. You're the best.
Okay, what's your warm heart?
Warm heart. Again, the music. I wanted to encourage you
Encouragement.
to continue pursuing your dreams
Thank you.
and to continue to surrounding yourself to surround yourself with good people.
I would like to encourage you to continue to learning grammar. That's what I would like to do.
Dang it, you ruined the moment.
It was pretty good. Well, dang it, you ruined the moment. The Brandon Birdwell story. Guys, my warm heart actually runs parallel to hers as well. It was getting to play with friends, and I'm going to give it up to you, Cody Culberson. You get my warm heart this week because you came to town and you really threw it down. You know what I'm talking about?
Thanks, buddy.
I hate you, Cody. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hairs. Thanks for listening to Cold Ham Warm Parp. And we guys are going to be back next week, and I promise we'll learn how to speak by then. Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.